Hello everyone, this is Alexandra from Helix Tarot. I want to thank you for all your comments, all your shares, or all your thumbs up, also for all your thumbs down, especially if you explain why. I read all your comments, I'm not always answering, but I read them always. And yeah, and for every email you wrote me. So thank you for all this. And we're starting reading for March, although it's the 10th of February. But I thought that maybe if I start this early, this time I'll be on time with everything. So I hope you are all well. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, don't be disheartened. Just check your sun sign, but also your moon sign, and perhaps especially your rising sign. Okay? Alright, so let's begin. See you in your reading. Hello Gemini, this is a reading for you for March 2017. As you can see, I've already laid out the cards as I have already done the reading in Polish, so now I know what's going on here. And let me tell you this, this reading is surprisingly for me a continuation of February reading, so if in case you didn't see it, you can check it, and also, you know, check it for you if it resonates with you, because this is definitely the same line, the same story going on, because you have these two major arcanas repeating. So what I feel is that the energy of these arcanas is still working here, which is no surprise, because major arcanas are usually energies that are present in our life for some time, for a couple of months at least. Okay, so starting with what's at the bottom of the deck, you have 10 of Wands, which means you're at the end of the journey. My first impression when I saw it was that you go and you go and you cannot come to the end. This is so difficult for you, Gemini. You're stuck in a way, I feel. And this burden is quite heavy already, because you have 10 wands, so lots of experiences. But you're close to your destination. You can already see your home if you look up, which may be difficult because you're a little bit overwhelmed by this weight you carry on your back. So the best you can do is to endure a little more. Endure, come to your destination, and don't throw those wands, those experiences out, but make something of it. Be wise with them. Intertwine them into the fabric of your life. This is the best thing you can do with your experiences. And the end is near here, and it's a positive message. Okay, at the center of your reading you have Strength. And this is the card of Leo. So there can be a Leo, which is important in your life. But this can also be your energy. Tarot is a tool that can be read in many ways. So depending on your situation. This can be a person in your life, or this can be your energy, or this can be someone else's energy. I usually read cards as if it was your energy. So for me, Strength is all about integration of different facets of our personality, of different energies that are present within us. what's characteristic here is that this beautiful girl has this infinity symbol over her head, which is a depiction of flow of energy, always flowing back and forth, coming, going, giving, taking, flow. This is what energy likes. So it's good to see it here, especially together with this magician, who also has this infinity symbol, this energy flow. So energy is flowing within you. Instead, in spite of the Hanged Man, which also appears in your reading. You have lots of major arcanas, by the way. You have 6 out of 10 cards which are major arcanas in your reading. Yeah, 6? No, 5, sorry. 5 major arcanas. That's quite a lot. And, yeah. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. You start with 5 of Cups. So something happened here, something that that made you very sad. You're sitting here and you focus on these 5 cups. Something has spilled here. And it's irreversible, which is quite important. You cannot gather this liquid again. No, it's gone. You still have 2 of Cups full, but, well, maybe not full, but standing. But you're not interested in this. You're interested in that, in this loss of something. And yeah, situations like that happen in life, and it's no surprise that they happen. The best thing you can do is to embrace this grief and to really live it through. The worst thing you can do is to deny it. It is important to embrace reality in our lives, because when we do it, we grow stronger and we are more ready to embrace life in its wholeness. And when we do it, life is streaming through us. It's moving within us, and we feel we live. And the stillness and the fear of death dissipates. This is an important task for you, to go through it, to really live it through. Because this is the gate card, as they say, a transitional card. If you do it properly, you go to a higher level of your progress. You progress in your life. And I wonder if you do it, because I have 2 cards here near this card, and one of them is 6 of Cups, which would suggest that there is a progress here from 5 to 6, and somehow you are able to go to this quite happy card, which is also quite nostalgic. It's all about childhood memories, good memories of something that was. It may also be dangerous, because if we dwell in the past, we are not in the now. And if we are not in the now, we cannot be really happy and fulfilled. But I'll go back to it, because the other card I see here is King of Swords. This can be you. It can be your energy. This is the air sign. Usually it's Aquarius sign. It's pure air. So very high up in the clouds. And if this is the answer to the 5 of Cups, if this is your answer to the grief, to retreat and to go very high up in the clouds, in your thoughts, to dwell in your thoughts, instead of feel what happened here, this is not very mature answer, you know. This is not, it won't make you stronger. You may feel you feel stronger now because you have the sword and you're heavily armored. But on the other hand, you cut some piece of yourself off here, which is never good. It's never good. Because sooner or later this will come back and hit you if you don't live it through. So this is one interpretation. That's the most, it's the first thing that came into my mind. The other thing is that this is the person. This is an actual person in your life who made you cry over this spilled milk here. It can be this way also. In this case, this can be again an Aquarian, Aquarius, or another air sign, or Sun, Moon, or Rising, or someone who has this airy quality to them, and you're crying over them here. And the outcome is the Hanged Man here on this part of your journey. So if you recede it into your cloudy throne, if you cut this Five of Cups, this grief off, if you escaped into the mind, you may experience the Hangman. The Hangman is something like a stop, immobility. He's, as you can see, he's hanging. Usually this situation brings wisdom, and it's depicted here by the claw and the pentacle. So you have a kind of changed perspective here. You can sacrifice something to have this different perspective, to gain a new view of something. You can have a revelation here also. This person has this halo around the head, which means something important is gained here by this sacrifice. Okay? But this can also mean that you stop in your way. Anyway, no matter if you live it through or not, you have the Six of Cups here, which is a quite pleasant energy. As I said, nostalgia, remembering good times, perhaps with this person or with this person. But also it can mean that because you gained this perspective, this new perspective, you are now able to enjoy everyday life. Because this is also a card of little pleasures of everyday life. If you can be in the now, you can appreciate it. Okay? So quite a nice energy here. Then you have strength. Strength, as I said, it may be a Leo, but it also can be your energy, and it always means, by the way, that you will need strength in this situation. So no matter how far you are here in the clouds, and no matter how able you are to enjoy everyday life, still this situation requires strength, because something painful is here, and it resonates with these 10 of Wands that are saying that you're tired with the situation, and it also corresponds with the with your previous reading, as I said, from February. And here comes this Magician. I usually see Magician as a very positive card, because it says you can do whatever you want with your life. The Magician is number 1 of major arcanas. It comes right after the Fool. The Fool doesn't know anything. And the Magician has everything he or she needs to create. to create life, to create their own life. And the magician can do the impossible. Why? Because nobody told them that they can't. Because they are at the very beginning of the way, and really they also know nothing. So they just do. And some things aren't successful, but some things are very much. And then you gain this empowerment. Last month, I saw this magician as a negative energy. Sometimes it is like that, because sometimes the magician is a trickster. It's someone who cheats with these tools he has. He creates some illusions. He can do it because he's a magician, right? So the trickster creates illusions. And as far as I can remember, I was telling you that perhaps you are the magician and you create illusions, and they are so good that even you believe them and you feel lost in what's the truth and what's not. And somehow I feel this person may be affected. If this is a person, if this is this Leo energy person, he or she can be affected by your tricks. But that's just one line of interpretation, as I told you. Anyway, out of this mess, I feel, because you have very contradictory energies here. You have grief, you have the power of the mind, you have nostalgia, you have this hanging situation, gaining a new perspective, strength. So this is hanging, doing nothing. Here you have the magician doing everything and having strength. So out of this mess, this maze, I feel, maze of emotions and intellect, because these are dominant energies in this reading. You finally have this Ace of Swords, which is the moment of truth for you, finally. And this moment of truth is something very abrupt, unexpected, and destroying. Tower is always unexpected and destroying, which does not mean you have to be afraid of it, which does not mean it's gonna be bad for you. No. I usually see the Tower as something very positive, as a gift from the sky, as a blessing in disguise. It may feel terrible and painful now, but then you see it was necessary for you to grow. I sometimes feel it as something that, trapped us inside. We are inside, and it's too small for us. That's why the lightning comes and it sets us free from something, from a lie, I think, from these tricks, from this maze here. I feel that you were escaping your true emotions here. You prefer to hang instead of facing something. And finally, there comes this dawn, because this card is sometimes called dawn. Something is clear immediately, and it changes everything. What's funny, when I saw this card, the Tower, in your reading, the Tower is present in almost every reading this month. So you're not the only one to experience abrupt changes, okay? And this is the main theme, I think, in March for many signs, for many people. Abrupt changes that are freeing you, that are setting you free from your prison. Perhaps the prison of thought of some kind. And generally, when I look at this reading, it's cold, it's rigid, it's very mind concentrated. I know you have two cups here, two cups cards here, but all these swords, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Justice also has a sword, and it's gonna work. And this card is also repeating. So it's like this situation, this event here, this abrupt change brings justice again, as in the previous month. It's happening again. So what I feel is that you're getting closer and closer to some truth which will end this cycle. But still, it's not the end. It's still the process. March is not the end of this situation. Perhaps in April you will finally get to the end of this. Okay? So what I feel here, and I want to tell you this, try not to escape from your emotions. That's the one thing. And try not to be so aloof, so cerebral as this King of Swords, because you may lose something on the way. I feel you can be lost in the maze you created. And this Ace of Swords and this Tower will come anyway. But I think the awakening from a very deep dream, from a very deep maze you created, may be somewhat brutal if you're too deep into it. Try to keep your heart open and soft, because justice will come anyway, and you will reap what you sow. No matter what you do, no matter where you escape, it's gonna come, and it's quite human, this justice. So I hope it will be graceful to you and to all of those who are here in this reading, and that you will feel that you are treated right by the universe, no matter what you did. Last month you had karma in your reading, and I feel this justice is a first step towards the greater justice of karma, the cosmic justice of karma. So you're still on your way, Gemini. I feel. I hope it's not going to be too rough for you. And I wish you a beautiful month. And I send blessings to you. Bye-bye.